Hey there. What's your name?
Taylor Parker.
Taylor? Hey, my name's Chad Stansby. I'm a OSBI agent up here, and I heard you brought your baby in. Did you give birth on the side of the road or something?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where was that here? In Curtin County?
No, it was in DeKalb.
DeKalb, down in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So what happened this morning? Did you just go into labor on the side of the road?
No, I was supposed to ride with my fiance, and we own a hog buying facility, and we were gonna come through here, but I was having contractions and stuff and wasn't feeling good, so I stayed at home and told him we would just meet here after he dropped the hogs at 7, and he got tied up. I mean, he's on his way.
Okay. Now how did you get here? Did you drive yourself?
No, an ambulance brought me.
You? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
like that.
Oh, okay.
Taylor states that her fiancé, Wade Griffin, will arrive shortly at the hospital.
The nurses said that you weren't wanting to let the doctor check you to make sure you weren't hemorrhaging or anything.
They did an ultrasound.
The hemorrhaging is the bleeding, whether you're passing clots or not passing clots. It's really good to have you checked for that, because I know I was passing massive clots and they were about to start giving me blood. That's why they're wanting to check out, any damage, and check to make sure you're not bleeding inside internally. That's why they're wanting to make sure.
That's okay, that's fine. I didn't know it was a big deal not to want the guy to do that.
No, I mean, if you don't want to, that's up to you, but that's why they're wanting to check, just to make sure.
Make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, you've got blood all over you and all over your fingernails, and I mean, that's a pretty intense thing.
Having it on the side of the road.
Yeah.
It's scary. You want to make sure you're okay.
Although Taylor is covered in blood, some of it may not be her own.
Something wrong for them bringing me over here?
What did you have? Did you have a boy or a girl?
A girl?
A girl. Okay.
Did you have a name?
Clancy Gale.
Clancy Gale.
That's a nice name.
It is
Did
a nice
you have any other children?
I have 2.
Do you?
How old?
Emerson's 10 and Trey's 6.
Taylor, here's the deal. I'm just going to be up front with you. I've been talking to the DA down in Moody County, and they've been working on a case down there. And we know that you had a hysterectomy sometime back, and that you claimed to be pregnant for a while, but that you really weren't. So we're trying to figure out where this baby came from. But you didn't give birth this morning.
What do you mean?
So I just said you didn't give birth this morning. And we want to know where this baby came from. So what happened?
I just told y'all what happened.
Okay. What's the doctor going to find when he comes in and checks you? Is he going to find you just gave birth? They can tell. When he looks, he can tell in about a second if you gave birth or not.
Okay.
Taylor states that the doctor will be able to confirm her pregnancy claim, but the truth can only remain hidden for so long.
Taylor, you found a woman this morning on the side of the road, and her baby has been removed from her body. And then you show up with a baby, and the information is you've had a hysterectomy. There's no way you could have been pregnant, even though you've been telling people for a while you've been pregnant. There's no way you could have been pregnant. And
I didn't hurt anybody on the side of the road.
well, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying that there's a woman that had her baby removed from her body. Her body's found on the side of the road. I didn't say you did. I just want to know what happened, where this baby came from.
Taylor goes silent.
Who is the lady? Do you know who she is?
I don't know what lady you're talking about.
Okay.
A few moments later, the doctor conducts a physical examination. The results prove that Taylor is, in fact, being deceitful.
So, it surely doesn't look like a baby came out of there. It doesn't look like she had a baby.
It doesn't?
No,
Okay.
does not look like she had a baby there.
Although the authorities anticipated the doctor's findings, they're shocked nonetheless, and they have only scratched the surface, considering the other revelations that will soon come.
Essentially what we have is, we have a dead woman down in Texas, and you took the baby out of her, which caused her to die. And my question is Taylor a cold-blooded murderer? Or is it something else? I mean, sometimes people have, they go through depression and, some mental issues and things. Causes good people to make bad choices, right? And that's kind of where I'm here at today. I knew that doctor wasn't going to find anything. Because I already know a lot of things I ask, I already know the answer to before I ask. I tell you, most of the people are going to assume the worst. They're going to assume you're an evil person and that you just butchered this lady and left her to rot on the side of the road so you steal her baby. I don't think that was the case. I mean, you don't seem like that type of person, man.
I didn't kill anybody.
Where'd this baby come from? We're past all of that. Taylor, we're past that.
I did not kill anybody. I didn't kill anybody.
So was she alive when you left?
I wasn't with her.
Taylor sticks to her story, still claiming that the child is hers.
Right now, the DA down there who I've talked to believes that you're a cold-blooded killer and that you plotted for the last 8 months to murder this woman and steal her baby. And right now, the evidence is there. They can prove it without a shadow of a doubt that that's what happened. They can prove that you murdered that woman. How heinous is it? Some woman, everybody's happy, they're having showers, and then somebody comes along and cuts her damn baby out of her gut. That's what we got right now. And that's what you need to understand. That's the point where we're at. We're past all this nonsense about, I wasn't there, I didn't kill nobody. We're past all of that. We know it. We know you did it. There's no doubt whatsoever. You didn't mean to hurt her. Are you sad she's dead? Is it the deal you just wanted a baby so bad that it just kind of overpowered your brain and everything?
My head's been hurting.
Your head's been hurting.
I had a stroke in 2015.
According to Reagan's husband, Homer Hancock, Taylor had taken the couple's engagement and wedding photos, but she and Reagan didn't share a close relationship. However, Taylor claims that the 21-year-old mother told her to come over that day to apparently use her shower, since Taylor's water was supposedly off.
So what happened? You go over to her house and what happened there?
I remember pulling up.
Did she say something to you to make you mad or something? Or what happened?
She grabbed a hold of me and told me that I was a liar.
Did you try to fight back?
And we both fought back.
You both fought back?
We both hit each other. And she hit her head on the table.
She hit her head on the table. Okay. That's okay. Hey, that stuff happens sometimes, you know?
I didn't move her.
You didn't move her. Okay. So she was still in her house? Okay. When she hit her head, did you think she died and you were just trying to save the baby?
Yeah. And I really wanted the baby.
I understand that. That's okay. Well, and that shows what a
They
good
took
person
it
you are.
away from me.
So you tried to save the baby. So did you? I guess you got the baby out of it. Did you do like a C-section on her? You don't remember. So how did you go from her laying there with her head hit to you having the baby in your hand?
Just remember trying to save the baby.
Taylor is asked if anyone else was present at the home during this time, to which she states that it was just she and Reagan. However, this would be blatantly untrue, as Reagan's 3-year-old daughter was inside of the house when her mother's life was tragically taken away.
Did you take anything over there with you? I mean, some people carry knives, especially up here, but did you have a knife or a razor blade or anything like that?
There's a knife in my purse, but
In actuality, Taylor had 3 knives in her possession, all of which were found in her purse.
Were you inside her house or outside her house?
we started outside, then we were inside
Fighting? Okay.
arguing.
Arguing? Okay. And what, were you inside the house or outside the house when you actually, when it turned physical? She hit you or you hit her?
She hit me outside.
She hit you outside? Okay. Did she run back into the house or something? Did you go in after her or what happened then? She hit you outside and then what happened?
I hit her. She grabbed a hold of my hair and shoved me in the garage. Because I remember her hollering, Jennifer.
Who's Jennifer?
I don't know, that was just the name she was hollering.
Now what's her name again? The lady you went over to see?
Taylor cannot seem to answer the question and quickly changes the subject, voicing that her fiancé had nothing to do with her violent deed.
So, you go into the living room, y'all fight some more? Continue fighting? I know that. I know that.
I don't know what happened.
That's okay. That's why hey, listen, Taylor.
Oh, God.
If I believed that, I wouldn't be spending time talking to you.
Oh, shit.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it, right? Why did this happen, right? So, why did she call you a liar? What was that about?
The baby.
Her baby? What about it? Why would she call you a liar about the baby?
Once again, Taylor can't remember, but goes on to state that Reagan had stabbed her in the hand with a knife.
Right there, she got me the tip of it right there.
Okay.
I just remember hitting her.
But she had a knife, though. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know why she grabbed it. I don't know why I would ever hurt her. But it's not. Because I've never hurt anybody.
Well, I can believe that.
I don't have a record.
I can believe that. She hit you. She apparently picks up something. Hits you with something heavy. You're not sure what it was. And then there was blood. Did you stick her with the knife? Or once
No,
you
she fell with the knife because I shoved her.
Okay, so she get the knife back from you?
We both had it in our hands a few times.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to get it right in my head, you know what I mean? So.
She told me that I was gonna rot and that she'd kill me
Okay.
if I touched her again.
And she's got the knife. Did she fall on the knife? Is that what you believe? Or is that what you know? Or you don't know?
She had to because I didn't stab her.
Okay, that's fine. So afterwards, did it look like she'd been, like the knife had hit
She grabbed something and started smacking herself with it and told me that they would believe I did it.
her? Oh, okay, so she started hitting herself with something.
In Reagan's last moments, Taylor asserts Reagan stated that she was dying and wanted Taylor to take her baby.
Do you remember cutting it open to get the baby out? Did you have much trouble getting it up, cutting it open? You didn't? Okay. So you take the baby out of her stomach. Is that right?
It fell out like she was pushing
Mm-hmm.
and it come out.
It come out of her vagina?
No,
Or out of her stomach? Okay. All
because
right.
she was still in the sack.
Oh, okay. All right, so it comes out of her stomach and it's still in the sack. Did you have to pull the sack apart to get the baby out?
Yeah, to pull it open, turned her over and started smacking her back.
Mm-hmm. Wade said that you've been telling him you were pregnant for a while, for the last 8 months. Why have you been telling Wade you were pregnant? It's just you wishful thinking and you really just want to be pregnant that bad? Or what was the deal there? You could feel movement? Made you think you were pregnant?
Something's wrong with me.
In another shocking turn of events, authorities have learned that Taylor was faking her pregnancy for the last 8 months, even going so far as to fake ultrasounds and throwing a gender reveal party. But there was still more to uncover in this gruesome investigation.
I don't know why I did it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Because I've never been a bad person.
I don't think you are.
Inevitably, Taylor is placed under arrest and taken to the Idabel City Jail. Sadly, Reagan's baby, Braxlyn Sage Hancock, did not survive. Though Taylor made it seem like her victim's death was somewhat of an accident, a startling piece of information indicates otherwise. On the day of the murder, she researched a video of a physical exam showing a preterm infant at 35 weeks gestation being delivered. Reagan was 34 weeks pregnant. When authorities recovered her body, it was clear that she'd been severely beaten and had suffered hundreds of slashing wounds. In November of 2022, Taylor was convicted of capital murder and kidnapping and was sentenced to death. She is now the 7th woman currently on death row in Texas.
You found a woman this morning on the side of the road and her baby had been removed from her body. And then you show up with a baby.
On October 9th, 2020, 21-year-old Reagan Simmons Hancock was found brutally murdered in the small town of New Boston, Texas. But what made this case even more disturbing was the tragic fact that her unborn child had been ripped from her womb. But if authorities thought they had a lengthy investigation ahead of them, they quickly found that wasn't the case. Another baffling revelation surfaced on that very same day, leading them right to the monster who had been hiding in plain sight all along. Around 12 in the afternoon, 27-year-old Taylor Parker was pulled over by a Texas state trooper in what began as a routine traffic stop. However, the officer was shocked to find a bloodied Taylor holding who she claimed to be her newborn infant. She states that she's just given birth and needs to be taken to the McCurtain Memorial Hospital in Idabel, Oklahoma, less than an hour away. Taylor states that she will not allow treatment for the child under any other place of care. When she arrives at the hospital, Idabel police are quickly notified of the bizarre chain of events, and they suspect that Taylor may be attempting to hide a monumental secret.
This is a big deal.
Yeah. Okay, yes. Are you ready? I'm coming.
Is she trying to leave?
She's going to the thing. She's going to. Oh, well, there's 2 in there. The one is ours. That's what's ours.
Okay. Do not let her out that door. So she shows no signs. You can't check for hemorrhaging. What is HCG?
It's a hormone that is secreted by the placenta only.
Okay.
And if there's a baby in there, the HCG is what the hormone that mandates going and getting the nutrients and bringing it to baby.
Okay.
So it's in mama's blood, mama's urine, mama's everything. And
Okay.
it stays up for 6 weeks.
Okay. All right.
It's taken off. You don't want no part.
Huh?
You don't want no part of this. Who took it off? He's the OBGYN. Yeah, I was going to get called up for resuscitating the baby.
What did we step into?
Oh, it's interesting. So-
Murder, kidnapping almost.
I think it's going to be that.
Yeah, because we've had Lamar County called here too. Lamar County, I talked to Texarkana, and then Bowie County.
So when I'm talking, they're talking. I don't understand. They've never done this before. Why are they keeping me? I was like, hey, I'm just the ER doc here. I said, I don't know why you're not up and down.
Okay.
this week.
She's in there. She refuses to have a vaginal check to make sure she's not hemorrhaging. They've done an ultrasound and HCG, and it doesn't show that she's been pregnant. They have the placenta.
Where's she?
She is in the room. She
You're
is
not letting her leave?
no.
Authorities make their way to Taylor's room, where an unbelievable truth is about to be revealed.
Thank God. She's on the phone now with her boyfriend, so I'll try to sidetrack her a little bit. He's an hour away.
I can sit with her.
Well, it's what Chad wants to do.
Just talk with the ER doctor. They took blood work, HCG levels, which is a hormone. It's not showing she was pregnant. And they're saying that the placenta, they can send the placenta off for test and whether it comes back to her or not. She won't let her do a vaginal exam to make sure she's not hemorrhaging. She won't let her.
You wrap around a newborn inside a trash
In a
bag.
panic. I just turned 18.
What started out as a dumpster dive ended in saving a newborn's life. It was 8 p.m. on January 7th of 2022. Michael Green and 2 other people were dumpster diving at the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs, New Mexico, trying to find anything of value, when suddenly they heard a whimpering noise that seemed to be coming from inside the dumpster. And minutes later, they discover a newborn baby in the dumpster. You see the woman pull out the baby from what looks like a garbage bag. She immediately picks it up and holds it close as she attempts to comfort it. The 3 call 911, and when officers arrive, they're suspicious of the trio.
Where's the baby?
It was about 40 degrees that night, and Officer Maxwell was one of the first responders on the scene.
I could tell he was breathing. I could tell it was a boy. He had dried blood on him. He wasn't moving. He didn't open his eyes. He wasn't hardly breathing at all and wouldn't move at all.
Officer Maxwell used a neck gaiter to cover the baby and held him in her patrol car until the ambulance arrived. She described how the baby looked, having been found in the dumpster.
He had a little bruise or a cut on his forehead. You could tell he was kind of blue and kind of red from the blood, and he needed some medical help.
He was eventually transported to the hospital. They began questioning the people who claimed to have found the baby.
So who found him? Where?
Me and him. He heard it first, and then we just kind of.
But first responders were baffled at first.
Do you know whose baby it is? Is it your baby?
No, it's nothing. It's nothing.
We were dumpster diving. Okay.
And after questioning all of them,
They kept hearing a whimpering noise. And then I said, let me see.
their stories add up. But how did the newborn get into the dumpster? Investigators collect DNA evidence for good measure and let the 3 go. Investigators then pull their surveillance footage and hit rewind, hoping to find the sick person responsible for putting a newborn in the dumpster. They would find all the answers on that tape. At around 2 p.m. that day, this white Volkswagen pulls up to the dumpster. A woman gets out of her car, opens the backseat door, and pulls out a garbage bag. She then swings it around and tosses it into the dumpster, gets in her car, and drives off. Knowing that a living, breathing newborn baby was in that bag makes watching that surveillance footage so much harder.
Look what she does.
I don't know, just tosses it.
Look at that piece of.
And it doesn't take long to find the owner of that white Volkswagen. Just a short time later, they bring in 18-year-old Alexis Avila for questioning.
It came out and I thought it was poop, and it
Okay, what happened after that?
I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I was scared. Trying to call my mom, but I couldn't because I was so scared. I think she's gonna hate me.
She goes on to tell investigators what she did with her newborn baby boy.
I was just cleaning. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I just wrapped it in a towel. I put it in the bag. I took it to the car. I just left and I drove around and I just put it to where I put it.
But you know, if somebody were to wrap you inside a trash can and put a tie on it, and you're not able to move,
Well, the tie was broke.
what do you think would have happened?
What do you mean?
So what do you think would have happened? You never notified law enforcement, you never called for EMS.
I don't know.
You don't know what would have happened.
Well, I mean, obviously I know.
Alexis never notified anyone that she was pregnant or that she disposed of her newborn in the dumpster. And she referred to the baby as it during the entire interrogation that lasted nearly 30 minutes long. And it took nearly 20 minutes for her to ask the officer if the baby she threw in the dumpster was okay.
Is it okay?
Last I heard, the baby's okay. Okay.
Alexis claimed that her menstrual cycle came every month and that she took 2 pregnancy tests in August. One came back positive while the other came back negative, and she said she just went with the negative test. At the end of the interrogation, she said something shocking.
If the baby's okay, I want it.
After wrapping her newborn in a garbage bag, then throwing it in a dumpster in freezing temperatures. And at her sentencing, Alexis's parents begged the judge for leniency.
I truly believe that Alexis was not in the right state of mind when all this occurred. Your Honor, I ask you that you please have mercy on her soul.
Judge William Showbridge had this to say.
To toss one's own child into a dumpster like trash is something that is an unforgivable event by any mother.
And on May 1st of 2023, Alexis Avila was sentenced to 16 years in prison and 2 years of probation, after being found guilty of child abuse resulting in great bodily harm and attempted first-degree murder. Alexis will be required to take a course of cognitive behavioral therapy and complete a course on parenting skills. A GoFundMe was started for one of the 3 people who rescued the newborn baby boy. It has been reported that the baby boy has been named Saul and is in the care of other relatives.
Hi, my name is Nicole. I'm Medical Pacific. I'm the lady commercially supply ship on my way back from Venezuela. We'll be reporting on the nuclear waste sites threatened by climate change. This is exactly the kind of stories I like to do, where you combine on the ground, shoot-level reporting with foreign policy maps, the carve out and space myself in the neo-dominant government.
Did you know that there's an actual banned episode out there of La Rosa de Guadalupe? The episode was called Adios Inocencia, or Goodbye Innocence, and it was about 2 girls named Magda and Carolina who went on what they thought would have been a fun camping trip. But it turned out to be a horrific mistake when a group of criminals terrorized the camping site by assaulting and essaying the girls, one of them who was Magda. A sneak peek of the episode was aired on August 10, 2012. But not even a month prior, on July 12, 90 members from a Christian youth group who were camping on the outskirts of Mexico City were attacked by a gang of 12 members who beat, robbed, and essayed 7 girls. 17 people were shortly arrested after the ordeal, and the victims and family were obviously left devastated that they were horrified that La Rosa de Guadalupe would quickly make their tragedy into an episode. Parents protested that the episode should not be released, which it didn't, at least not right away. It was rumored that the episode was aired sometime late at night between 2013 and 2014, but because no one was ever watching out for the video, there's no proof or recording of it.
What? What's wrong with you? What?
Talk to my daughter.
Parker?
Please, let me inside.
Parker!